Angeles.
Hi.
Other action figures each sold separately. From
Record the purr.
Jimmy, get the door. It must be Cousin Willie. Okay. Hi. What's up?
Ah, there we go. Something chill to watch. The following video is rated R and is intended for an adult audience. So if you're under 18, take a fucking hike, eh? As this video may contain adult themes and situations, strong language and opinions, good and bad advice, cannabis cultivation and consumption. So as long as you're a responsible adult, kick back, spark one up, and enjoy the show.
And clean works.
Hello everybody! Beard Grows here. How the heck are you guys doing tonight? Welcome to Friday Night Gardening. And what's growing on? It's got like two names. I don't know why I can't decide. I like them both. They can both have it. So yeah, we got some growth happening here behind me. It's actually doing well. It looks pretty small from the angle that you are looking at it right now. Maybe if I stand in front of this light a little more over here, the light will balance on me a little bit better. A little bit better. At any rate, how the heck are you guys all doing tonight? Let me know in chat here in the live stream. Heck, you can even let me know in the comment section after the live stream is done if you want. It's okay. I read all the comments. So, it's been growing pretty well, actually. A lot better than I expected. And I am still going to grow those other two. I reset the layout back here. As you can see, you can only really see one. There's two more plants here on the side here. I'll show you that in a second. I'll show you right now. That's no point holding it off. There we go, right there. Here's the new setup. I've got like a pretty weird looking loop thing here so that we just got one plant on the system right now. And these two, I couldn't really configure it properly to go like through these, so I'm just hand watering them because look at them. They look like shit. I'm surprised any of these are growing at all, but we got, you know, early pre-flower, whatever, man. Both of these look like absolute crap. So I'm hand watering them every day. They get a good watering every day. They're not hooked up to the system, but they are hooked up together. There is a pipe between them, and you can see a bit of the pipe in the back there, and there's a little more of the pipe right here, so I can pour off any excess water when I do water them. And then we got this lady right here, looking awesome for what's happening. I wouldn't say awesome, but considering its life cycle and everything that it's gone through, it's looking awesome. Hey, you guys remember this frickin' horrible little thing that just wouldn't frickin' grow? Well, these things are not growing properly. These are both stunted autoflowers. This is what happens if you fuck up an autoflower right here, folks. These two. This one wants to fucking live. It really, really does. I started to do some more low stress training this morning, and I decided to stop halfway through and do the rest of it on the show, because it was the same day. I might as well do it on the show. Now, for reference, I started this one pipe cleaner here that held the middle solid, and then I bent over the back. That's about the best angle I can give you right now. But I bent the back down, so the plant was like up like this, and then it bent down like this, and then it starts growing back up like this again, right? So that's what happened. It's all leaning towards that back corner, and it's growing back, and then all of the side arms end up becoming tops. We end up getting a fairly even canopy almost out of it, right? So now here's sort of where I come to. This is like what you would call low stress training, where you're just kind of like tucking leaves and bending things back a little bit with maybe some pipe cleaners or string or whatever the heck you're using. That would be considered, I would say, low stress training. High stress training is where you do topping and you knock a bunch of branches off and then you tie the flowers, you tie all the arms back, and some people put like a toothpick or something right through the stalk to create supernodes and to stress out, but improve the health of plants. Because one thing, any gardener that's ever grown flowers, whether they're autoflowers or photoperiod for a long time, knows that once in a while, stressing out a plant makes it explode. If you stress out a plant in just the right way, it'll come back with a friggin' vengeance and blow all of your other ones out of the water. The one that fucked up comes back and shows you what's what. And it's kind of fun when that happens, but I think that's sort of what's happening here with this one. But low stress training, I like low stress training over high stress training, mostly because I grow mostly autoflowers. And you do not want to high stress train autoflowers. That's too much stress for autoflowers. Every time you stress out an auto, it takes whatever X amount of time to recover. You lose that amount of time. That is time that it wasn't growing properly. And it's still got the same death date, regardless of how many days you delayed in the middle. So there's a slight chance this is not going to flower out properly, just due to its beginning days of life. But, so we're going to get down there. I'm going to finish my low stress training regiment that I got set up here. But first, I think you guys know what time it is, eh? Yeah, right. The one finally started growing. Oh, I just heard a creak on the floor. I thought I dropped something. Oh, yeah. You know what time it is. It's dab time, motherfucking dab time, time to take a fucking dab break. Okay, now I've got 3 different types in here. I've got some green crack, some Romulan sauce, and then some, I think it was that super lemon haze. I think I'm just going to hit all 3 of them. I'm just going to go tuk, 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 like that in a circle. Cheers. Yep, right there. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay, let's trade these stupid glasses off for something I can actually see properly through. There we go. Okay, so now let's go down. Oh, before I jump down into the low stress training, let's talk about the water here for a second. So the water situation. So, excuse me. I just dumped all of the water. Was it yesterday or the day before? I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. So I dumped all of this water into the toilet and started a fresh run. And I brought it back up to the same levels. I've got it at about 400 ppm. It's sitting right at about 400. This meter I've got doesn't do much. It only goes by the hundreds. So it'll go 400 and 500. If it's somewhere in the middle, if it's like 450, it'll bounce between the two, is what it'll do. So it gives you pretty much increments of 50. But it's sitting around 400 ppm. And for anybody that doesn't remember or know what I'm using the Advanced Nutrients pH Perfect line, 3-part system, grow, macro, bloom. There's CalMag, SensiMag here, a big ass bottle of it because you know you need the CalMag. I've got their pH down. I've got some Hygrozyme to keep my to keep all of the organics from clogging anything up. Let's see here. What else am I using? I'm using Bud Candy currently, Big Bud. And these 2 were reserved for the end. Ooh, that's hard on my shoulder. These 2 are reserved for the near end. So overdrive doesn't happen till pretty much the last week or so of flower cycle, and then flawless finish is pretty much just the very last couple of days or so. I am also using, I busted it out, I haven't used it in a little while, but Microbial Mass. The 2 main products from Microbial Mass. Many of you guys know this products or some of these products. Maybe you don't know these products. They're pretty good, pretty crazy, pretty expensive, but they do some pretty magical stuff. So this one says it unlocks phosphorus and micronutrients to maximize yield. You put this right into the water system. And then this one right here is, God, I need freaking reading glasses. It's some word I can't pronounce, and silica. It enhances plant growth and product quality. And I know that from reading the write-ups on this, this also really drastically improves the plant's durability. It does something about like de-stressing the plants. So if they're going through a hard growth or something like that, or if they're getting attacked major by bugs or anything like that, this will help give them a bit of a defense. And this one I've been currently using as a foliar spray. I've got a sprayer right up here, a little fogger system. I come in here, I don't know, maybe twice a day, and I give it a little, give everything a little pump, spray. I do have other systems for foggers and sprayers, but they're a little bit more heavy duty for this. I can put just a couple of drops in there, add a little bit of water, call it a day. So, I am back to the LST here before we get down there. I'm a big fan of not defoliating your autoflowers very much. Take a leaf off, a big leaf if it's in the way. I tried tucking these ones in quite a bit, and they just kept getting in the way of other growth. There has been a total of three leaves taken off this plant in total. I'm talking about including last week. Last week, I took one off because it was one of the top ones that was shading where I was bending it backwards, so I took that one off. And then these are two side ones. So I've only taken 3 leaves off this plant in its entire existence so far. I don't believe in heavy stripping autoflowers. You probably shouldn't either, unless you know for a fact that your autoflower is super, super hardy and can handle it. Otherwise, stuff like this, these kinds of techniques we're going to have a look at here, are probably maybe a little bit for the better. Here we go. Kind of like that. Okay, let me come on down here. Let me have a quick check at the chat here. Smash that like button. I agree. Please smash that like button. I would appreciate that if you would. Okay. So let's have a look here at... How's that looking? Not bad, not bad. Right about there. Okay. So as you can see, I've been just using pipe cleaners. I really like pipe cleaners because they're soft. They're really malleable. You can kind of like stick them around something really loose like that, and that's enough of a hook like that to bend something back without having to wrap something totally around places. I don't know. I just find them pretty useful. And they're really, really cheap. You get like, I don't know, 50 of them for $1 at your dollar store. Anyway, I want to push back these 2 arms here. I want these 2 arms to be kind of pulled back. However, we've got a little bit of a problem here. One of the arms that I'm already pulling back is right where I want to pull this to. Unless I can get this leaf out of here, out of the way, and then I can pull it back this way. So that may be what I might have to do. I might be able to tuck this under like that and not... see what I did there? I pulled this leaf here, and I'm just going to tuck it back like that instead of breaking it or cutting it. You might be able to just do that. So I'm going to go to the corner, back corner here, and I'm going to try to sort of just coax this one here that direction. So ideally, I would suggest doing this slowly. Right there. See how I just pulled it back a little bit? It's not too bad. So what'll happen is it'll get relaxed right in here. It'll get comfortable with this, and then like later on tonight, I can pull it back a little further and a little further, and you can kind of just keep doing that. And I want to have one on the other side over here. So I'm going to do the same up here. Just wrap this around there. And then we want this one here to go back that way. So I'm going to tuck under this leaf with the pipe cleaner and wrap it around just a little bit like that. And that's about the best I want to do for that right now. I'll come back to this and do more later tonight, like I said. But you just sort of pull them apart a little bit, and they'll get relaxed and comfortable. And what will happen is these branches that we pushed sideways like this will turn back up like this. And then what I'll do is I'll go grab it from this node, and I'll pull that turned back down a little bit. And it'll kind of spread it out a little bit this way. And just want to make sure that this one here, there's another branch back here. This is a whole branch. We want to make sure this one here is not getting covered by that or anything else. Yep, that's pretty darn good there, I'd say. Now, in this kind of a scenario, it'll actually give use of these. A lot of times I would pull off all these bottom flowers completely. But in this case, because the light's coming straight down in there, those will probably develop quite well. They might actually be worth their weight in the end. But that's about it, folks. I might pull this back, this top here back a little further, but I think where it's at right now is probably a pretty good spot. So there you go. You kind of see it from where everything's been opened up a lot more, and the light can come in and sort of hit everything, and then everything will sort of somewhat even out again. And this is a low stress thing to the plant. This isn't gonna bother the plant too much, like if you topped it, or, and again, you just want to do it in slow sections the best you can with autoflowers. They're a little bit more finicky, and they'll respond a lot better to slow and gentle rather than, you know, hot, harsh, and quick. I know quick is easy, but that's not what we're here for. We're not here for easy. Yeah, that's about it. I got those other plants sitting there in the corner. I'm just hand feeding them with like a ladle or whatever, a juice jug, once a day. I might get an ounce out of the two of them. Who knows? I don't know. It's not taking any major effort to let them keep living, but I'm not going to put them onto the cycle and risk putting this into a worse spot for the lights. So by putting it right in the dead center, I feel that it's giving it the best chance, maximum light. You know, it's all focused on that, is what I'm pointing at. And these things are secondary. If they live, they live. I don't really care anymore. Oh, God, I got a dry mouth. Oh, there we go. Anyway, folks, I don't know what else to say to you today. That's about what's going on. That's how I low-stress train right there. A lot of pipe cleaners usually, and just doing it nice and slow. Tucking. A little more stretching, a little more yoga. Think plant yoga versus plant haircut. Yeah. Stretch that thing. Don't cut that thing. Anyway, folks, yeah, don't forget to like the video if you do like these kinds of things. Smash subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Make sure you check and hit that bell for all notifications. The bell notification things sometimes changes. YouTube just automatically flips it on people for some reason. I don't know. Must be an internal reset thing I'm sure there's some reason for it, but double check, because I do mostly live streams like this. And if you want to get in on the live stream chat while it's happening, you're going to have to catch them live. Otherwise, you can just catch it in a, what they call video on demand after the fact, because this will be a normal video. Just skip that intro at the beginning. Don't worry about that. It's no big deal. Right on. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out here tonight. Hope you had a good time. Hope you had a good Friday night, or having a good Friday night, rather. I will likely be back later on Twitch for some gaming. Past that, I'll see you all on Sunday for Sunday session at 12 o'clock noon Pacific Standard Time on YouTube and Twitch, all that kind of stuff. It'll be the last one before Christmas. Speaking of Christmas, if you want to give me a Christmas present, you can join my Patreon. Links are below. I got my Patreon back. That thing's happening. I'll be adding new names and everything at the beginning of the year here, because I just got that thing back up and going. So if you want your name in the credits, go join Patreon. Again, links are below. Have yourself a wonderful holiday if I don't see you till then. And yeah, I'll see you again soon. Have a good weekend / holidays. Cheers, folks.